ready.
Now, and Patos, he's going to end up going down, and it looks like Madara wants to go for more. He's found K-Core. Just going to almost get two-shotted there. The Wolves will chase him down while Madara looks for more. Nisha up on the high ground. They find himself again, but the Ice Blast, the turnaround. He's not healing anymore, though. The charge, they break the Ice Blast. Madara trying to run away. He is going to die, though. Nisha doesn't have any more heal, but they don't have any more damage. Maybe next time? Can he actually make this work? Can he play his way out of this? He has stick charges as well. Does have the charge available, but it's going to get brought down. And now the Necro books are gone as well. More gold into the coffers of Sven.
Oh no, Madara did it again.
Coin for me.
I think he's feeling a little too strong. I think he feels like he's so much stronger than he actually is. Not having any armor against Sven, I mean, he's gonna die in a couple of hits. Like, he has 2,600 life, but only has 6 armor. Sven with God Strength is still going to cleave you apart very quickly.
Yeah. There's a charge being used up here top, and it's gonna be Spirit Breaker running through the...
They found him. They realized he was here.
The seeds of
how did they realize that?
Oh, they're just gonna back away. They don't want to risk it.
Okay.
Unfortunate. Not gonna connect the AA blast.
Meanwhile, the Wolves are there. They scout out that the Wolves are there. So this smoke is fully scouted, but I don't know if Mouse realized that they know it's scouted, because the Wolves are there, so they should have seen it when they dropped that sentry ward.
Yeah, no, they definitely know, and Kinguin know as well.
Yeah.
They're just trying to take a much more like unpredictable path now, but unfortunately they have been found out once again because of their observer work.
Yeah. So everybody has full information. K-Core, does he get found? Madara is the one leading the charge. They see that he's going to be in that area. They drop a sentry ward, and they did have eyes on him. Can they get him? No more sentries up on the high ground. Kinguin trying to hold this area by the shrine. They take down the ward from Kinguin, so now Kinguin playing a little bit in the dark. Very odd movement.
Oh, I'm just gonna back away. Oh, exotic deer. Okay. Maybe next time I'm going to cancel that. Definitely not something you want to charge into. He can easily just turn around and Stormhammer you.
So net worth wise, it's a little bit of a lead, about 4,000 into the favor of Kinguin. Experience is also at about that point. Are you feeling like now they're starting to get into those items like Force Staff? Oh, Bounty Hunter actually completely forego the pipe. He's going for the Force Staff first instead.
Okay, I mean, I like this decision. Very necessary purchase. Oh, Onisha.
He drops the ward.
I feel like
Global?
The global?
The turnaround? Exotic Deer, they're going to be able to kill him off. He's dying. Maybe next time going to fall. And they pop God Strength. They're ready to fight.
Madara committed pretty much everything and ran around in one big circle. Wasn't able to really do anything with that. God Strength as well as Global is now down though, so maybe they'll consider fighting on the next shapeshift, about 50 seconds.
That Atos there by Nisha keeping the charge from hitting him, pretty important. So anything else here, talents wise, what levels are we getting to? Sven is almost 20.
He has his BKB now, so that's the scary part.
Oh jeez. They're also going Mass Orchid. Sven is going to be going into a Bloodthorn eventually.
Major Prophet has his ready, about to finish the pipe as well.
Put the Diffusal Blade done for the Lycan. And a Smoke Up. Will not be scouted there, I don't think. There was a ward right by them, but I don't think that it spotted them. Now the charge top.
Going in.
He's going to get there before his team. Maybe next time.
I think they want to cut him off, but Kinguin are just... They're just going to TP out.
Yeah. Very aware of what could be coming their way. Gonna play it safe. I mean, is this the type of way that you want to play, though, with a bounty hunter? Should they be trying to find more kills, or Do you feel comfortable with the way that this is going for them?
Oh, with the BKB on your Sven, I think you're fine.
Like, you want to try and fight now?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can still continuously farm. Sven has level 20 as well as a fresh BKB. Even if you don't fight at this point, I think you're going to be okay with your Sven farming, I think.
Okay.
I find it very difficult for mouse sports to win a team fight now because of this BKB per pickup.
What would it take for them to be able to win in a team fight? Do they need like a big 5-man back wall, or keeping like a Reapers to blow up the Sven right at the start?
I don't think there's any way you can ever blow up the Sven at the start.
Okay.
You only have a Spirit Breaker to disable, and you can't possibly expect Skylark in a lot of trouble.
Oh, nice blink away. But you don't think you can blow him up?
I don't think you can blow him. You can't expect to blow up the Sven when he has, you know, Force Staff as well as Pipe on the Nature's Prophet. You can always sprout the Lycan to keep him out, and you have to expect that he's going to get quite a bit of help. And there's a global to top it off. So.
Yeah.
If there's anyone you want to kill before the fight starts, it's always Silencer.
Alright. And that is one that if they find him, they could just, like, fully commit to it. Does Thug then need to build into something that, like a mobility item for himself, like a Force Staff or a Blink or something?
I think he needs to be able to do damage as well. He's going to be going for the Shivas. I'm starting to feel like he needs to pick up Radiance as well, perhaps.
Yeah.
It might be necessary, just so he has the damage.
He needs a lot of things.
That is true.
Well, Ice Blast's gonna head down bottom. Since that's the case, if you're Mouse, do you start thinking about trying to like push it to a later timing in the game when you get it, like your next round of items possibly, or you just have to like wait out this BKB and hope they don't find you?
Well, I mean, you can't possibly wait out the BKB, right?
Yeah.
BKB only starts running out if you actually engage them.
Right.
So
maybe
at some
bait
point
it?
you have to fight them. It's really hard to bait too. You have to basically find opportunities where you can take a fight in an advantageous moment, I guess.
Yeah.
Like never really fight on 5v5. Try to Skylark. He gets scouted out here by Kakor.
He's just gonna run away again. And that is one nice part about their lineup right now, Mouse. If you've got Ion Shells constantly spamming out the waves without having to put yourself in too much risk, and then also having Guardian Greaves, obviously, to purge off the track, it does allow for maybe a little bit more passive of a play so that you don't have to, you know, constantly worry about dying. Like, all the waves are fairly well being kept pushed out.
Oh, this is the answer Mouse Sports needed.
DD.
The level 15, 120 damage Darkseer Talon.
Hey! There we go. That Echo Saber.
Battle Fury.
I was thinking Echo Saber. You're going all the way. Battle Fury, huh?
That's your follow-up.
Okay.
Battle Fury. Vacuum Battle Fury. Alright, don't try that.
Ice Blast gonna go in. It'll be off the mark for Patos. They don't quite catch it. And in the meantime, let's see. Anything else that we can really talk about? Looks like he's gonna be going back for an Aether Lens next on the Darkseer, which is a little bit different. Oh wait, what am I talking about? Not Echo Shell. Echo Shell is the ability that you cast.
Lotus.
Lotus Orb, that's the one. Thank you.
Sven has the crit now as well. Very scary. But you can see in Mouse Sport, they're very, very afraid of fighting Kinguin now because of this BKB pickup on Sven. There's really not... Actually, honestly, I'm just going to say that there's pretty much nothing you can do against Sven. So they're going to just continuously farm him up. I'm trying to think of what they could be looking to find before they try to fight the Sven. But, mid lane, Doug in a bit of trouble.
Yeah,
Doug comes out.
That should be the death of him. They global for that.
This might be a run back of the Roshan fight. He might buy back there.
Okay. But they don't have global now. That, I don't know, that global seems suspect. Obviously, you'd love to be able to keep your guy alive, but...
I don't know. Skylark stirs himself. He's not going.
Ice blast, vacuum wall, it goes in, the BKB comes out. Can they kite away? Maybe next time going to be caught, going to be chopped up. Alicia also in trouble, but the big problem is this Sven BKB Skylark stuck in the corner, just trying to run away. He actually was able to make his escape, but the Reaper Sight comes out. They blow him up. That's what they needed, and now with the Sven gone, they might be able to take the rest of them as well. Patos in trouble, forced up to the high ground. They have that Lotus Orb on top of him, but the buyback from the Sven is there, and now they need to get the hell out. They buy back as well on the Silencer. The turnaround comes out, and can they do it? No! Exotic Deer, in spite of not having God Strength, is still just too freaking big. Thug is maybe going to end up going down. This would be a dieback. He does have 17 wand charges, so maybe he can hold out for a little while. Atos to turn it, but to no avail. He is still brought down. And at the end of the day, it wasn't a lot of buybacks from Kinguin.
Oh man, that's so painful to see, because that is exactly what mouse sports were waiting for. You know, it was that type of a fight where you manage to bait up the Sven to BKB early, kite him for a bit, and then take him down with the Reaper Sight. They were ahead in that team fight. You know, despite Thug having to buy back, that should have been something they should have been happy with. But oh, well, that's well, we're gonna
trying to bring him below the threshold. Oh, the Ice Blast, that was so close. But they are going to live through that one, and Ancient Apparition now caught, still 10 seconds away before the Ice Blast is back up. And you can understand the desire, the want to take down Exotic Deer right there, but they got a bit too greedy, and now they don't have either. And oh man,
is under attack.
But yeah, like I was saying, Mouseport should have been happy with what they got in that engagement. You know, they managed to kill off Exotic Deer. They managed to kill off. I don't even remember who else they killed off. I think there was 2 buybacks.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower.
Vacuum wall again, drop down. They get the stun though, and that is Darkseer almost dead. The heal, or rather the damage coming out, is quite significant. And now with the Aegis already down, this is a decent way to make it go even further. Thug is actually going to be able to chase these guys down here as well. Does he end up being it off? The global comes out though, and they don't have an answer for that for the Necro. He's getting a lot of heal coming in from all of those treants that he killed actually. And now with the Ice Blast, it's going to connect onto 4. That's a pretty big catch. This Patos gone inside the base. That's going to be Exotic Deer also chased down. They don't have the Ice Blast on him, but the pullback in is going to be there. Exotic Deer is down. So somehow, some way, Thug managed to pull this one off, and they're going to chase down Alicia to boot. He's going to drop. They only lose
that was all thanks to Skylark giving him the Lotus Orb right at the absolute last moment. Just let him get off that heal, and like you said, getting a bunch of Death Pulse charges, or Sadist, actually no longer Sadist, but Death Pulse charges to heal up. Kinguin doing exactly what Mousesports just did, kind of getting a little greedy.
Yeah, and now they're going to be punished quite heavily because Sven doesn't have a buyback, and Silencer is also out for 30 seconds. And this is a lineup that pushes really, really quickly. I mean, look at Skylark. He's punching it. They're punching.
I mean, this is definitely going to be a rack, right? The Sven fought back. He had Aegis. He even died with the Aegis. He died the second time. So he's gone for 1 minute. And without your Sven, I don't think Mousesports are very scared of you.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to be taking the melee at the very least. Can they get any more on top of that? They might think about getting greedy with 40 more seconds away. Lycan taking some damage. The turnaround, the vacuum, the Ice Blast is down. Patos in trouble. He's going to fall. 70 seconds on the sidelines, thinking about going for more. They decide to back out. Probably the right decision. So Mouse take another kill on their way out, and are also going to be able to take full lane of barracks.
The net worth is once again even. Unfortunately, the tier 2s are still up, so Mousesports can't exactly go for anything else other than that mid lane.
Yeah, alive at almost full HP for both of them, but look at that sharp swing up. It was like skirting down towards a 15,000 net worth lead with those failed fights by Mouse, and now it's back to even like you were saying. And it just goes to show, you know, you buy back for that fight around the Roche pit, and things can change so quickly.
Yeah, you get a lot of gold if you team wipe and take a lane of rack.
Yeah. All right, 26-24. As Kinguin look to pull back together some semblance of control of this game. And it's not as if there's still, like, I mean, you still have the BKB on Sven, which is 8 seconds now, and they don't really have a great answer for it except for kiting, which they're capable of doing a little bit better since you've got, like, Shadow Blade on Spirit Breaker, you've got a couple Force Staffs on all these heroes. How do you see the next fight starting to work out?
I think with that one victory, Mousesports are once again in this position where they are starting to feel like they can actually win these fights, because it doesn't seem like much, but having that Black King bar go down in a couple of seconds, it does mean a lot to Mousesports. And like you said, they are picking up like a couple of Force Staffs. They have the answers to the Sven now, so I mean, these next engagements, they look pretty scary for Kinguin.
Looks even more scary if they picked off Patos there, but did make a good show of TPing away. And now
all these triads.
Yeah, that's a lot of value. Oh man, Thug is gonna heal so much. 12 stacks at the Death Pulse. 84 health and mana per second.
Yeah.
Not bad.
10 stacks for killing a hero, so 13 stacks is like more than one hero. That's a lot of region.
Yeah. Maybe that +4 summon Treants was not the play. I don't know. But yeah, let's see. Shrines are open for both teams now. I would love to see Patos send some of these Treants to the shrines to start like beating away at them.
Top tower is under attack.
Oh, Thug is.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Thug finished Lotus Orb too. So now he is
Dire's top
not going to worry about global
attack.
silence. So this is another big thing for Mousesports, having ways to deal with global silence.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
You also don't have to worry about Nisha as much with Life Drain. Although if he BKBs, it's not going to work. But yeah, a lot of good stuff. There's, you know, double Lotus Orbs. It looks like also they're going to have a Assault Cuirass fairly shortly on the Lycan. As they charge forward there, they drop the gem on the ground to make sure that the Silencer can live through it, and maybe next time. Just gonna get brought down now. The Atos gonna connect. Ice Blast goes through it, connects onto 2 of them as well. Skylark vacuum in the middle of it. They get that silence off, and now gonna try and kite away. The stun is actually gonna be thrown back, but it is still going to be a jump away, and they kite that BKB like you were saying.
Okay, they cut their losses. Definitely a little bit of an ambitious play from maybe next time. Unfortunately, he's going to get blown up for his attempt. But I think without all the cooldown...
Whoa, what is happening? There's a lot of noise.
Radiant structures are fortified.
The Lotus Orb for you.
Vacuum wall dropped down that time.
Wall.
And they're going to have to hold off for the moment. Madara taking down Alicia. That's 1 kill already. Now trying to take down K-Core. Not going to find it. But they do have Nisha here. They actually spawned the Necros inside the trees. But like you said, Reaper's scythe and down. That's 2 minutes. And if they're keeping track, I think they would know that he doesn't have buyback right now. Still on cooldown for 3 minutes. Maybe next time, found Exotic Deer. They have the ulti as well if they want to use it. But it's scary to walk up that high ground.
And a nice hold from Mousesports. They recognize, you know, Sven doesn't have God Strength, nor does he have
The seeds of force.
or maybe he had a God Strength, but more importantly, he didn't have BKB. And if he doesn't have BKB, they have ways to kite him and keep him in place.
Yeah.
And especially with all of these Lotus Orbs, you know, if you're lacking Disable, just make him stun himself.
Dire's bottom tower
For sure.
is under attack.
Patos can keep on going for the split push here in this top lane, but the problem that they're going to face is with the last 2 tier down, Mouse might be ready and thinking about trying to push high ground. They know that this Pugna does not have
Dire's
buyback.
bottom tower has fallen.
Indeed. And Lycan, I mean, he's looking pretty strong right now. He's got the upgraded Diffusal. That's his BKB.
Charge through. Vacuum wall. Ice Blast as well. They got him caught. Exotic Deer gets the BKB off, but it might be far too late. They're going to take down Alicia. The BKB to run away. It never feels good, and this time it might cost them the game.
Pull roots and run.
Still holding for now. Looks like Mousesport's going to be happy with that one. Silence and buyback.
All right, fair enough, fair enough.
I think they just don't want to
Dire's
have
bottom
to
shrine
run the
is
risk
under
of trading. probably feel like they are gonna get racks by the Nature's Prophet if they continue to push. So it's gonna back away. Sven BKB'd again as well. I think it's at 6 seconds right now.
Bottom shrine has fallen.
Well, and they can take down the shrines as well, get themselves in a position to contest for Roche. The one thing that's maybe a little bit scary is that everybody will have their BKBs up probably by the time the Roche fight happens. So that's something that they're going to need to keep their eyes on and make sure that they're cognizant of.
Necrophos holding on to 3,600 gold. What is it that he buys?
Oh, is it Radiance time? Maybe Ags. Ags is so good on this hero.
I'm trying to think of what would actually be good here. I wish people bought whatchamacallit, Silver Edge against Sven. I feel like it's underrated.
Yeah, if that's like your team's entire damage, which by the way, Sven ended up going for the Stormhammer cooldown.
Seems like a lot of teams or a lot of Svens actually go for this. I think I underestimate just how low the cooldown becomes for Stormhammer. You get to stun people every 5 seconds. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. Well, and I guess the idea is that if you can, you don't have to go all in on one stun. Like you can have several attempts at getting that big stun and then jump in to follow it up.
Yeah, definitely. He picks up the point booster, so I think you're correct in the Aghanim Scepter build. Thug.
It could be like an Octarine Core 2, but seems unlikely.
Yeah, I think it's pretty unlikely. I don't think the Octarine Core is all that great on Necrophos. I think it's pretty good, but I think there's stuff that he could put to use a little better.
Look at Kinguin here. They're trying to set up and smoked. Do they realize what's happening? Oh, Necro, if they could blow him up right at the start, there's the jump forward. They find the stun. Skylark there. The global is out as well, but the vacuum wall, it's already out as well, and somehow the Necro's going to be able to live through this for the moment. No, he ends up going down. They end up finding the kill, though, onto Exotic Deer, and he is going to die. Now, there are 2 buybacks already, but I think the Kinguin are in such a bad position already that it's not going to matter. The charge goes through. They take down Nisha. They're going to take down Alicia as well. Triple kill from Adara, and that one really is starting to look terrible. I feel like this is going to be an easy Roche for Mouse, and there's just nothing that Kinguin can do to stop this.
Yeah, this is kind of the issue that Kinguin have now. You know, they had that. Their strength was when Sven was unstoppable, and now that there's answers for him, I feel like their only solution to winning this, or their winning condition to this game, is pretty much non-existent now. This Sven unable to do his thing just makes it that much more difficult for your team. Obviously, it's not impossible. Mouseboards can make mistakes, but I think if Mouseboards kind of play this out safely, it's kind of in the bag for them, in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, Roche is down. Cheese might be transferred eventually to the Necrophos. And that's like, in some ways, almost better than an Aegis on him. How much value you get out of it, and well, 33 to 27. Time is now, as they're going to take down that tier 3 tower, and oh, they're going to get the racks before Sven and Pugnar are back up. That was such a good move right there as well. Like, there's no way that they want to buy back with like 3 seconds left, but in those 3 seconds, they take a full lane of barracks.
Yep, definitely. I mean, at this point, you don't even care about losing racks. This Sven is more than ready to, you know, clear out waves.
Might care about megas.
Well, you definitely care about megas, but one lane of racks, kind of whatever. I mean, at this point, you're kind of just waiting for the dream fight, and then get a bunch of buybacks to happen, and then take one more dream fight. But it's looking very unlikely. 5-second BKB on Sven, and I mean, his farm has kind of been stunted. He was going for the Lincoln Sphere. Can't really decide on what he wants gonna go back for it now.
Yeah,
and
he had
build into a Daedalus.
He had the Daedalus queued up, but like you're saying, feeling like now he needs to finish off that Reaper, or the Lincolns to deal with the Reaper Scythe. That is going to be an Aghanim's upgraded one now as well. Necro also went for the 400 health talent, sitting at 2600 HP and 41 armor. This is a really, really hard hero to kill. Lotus and Shivas and a Veil.
Yep. I mean, that's this hero. You build him extremely tanky, but because you're Necrophos, you still do a ton of damage. You just gotta survive.
And also they have that AC on Madara, so the cleave isn't even actually going to be doing that much because all of them have that little AC aura on top of it. It's a problem. All right, they decide to stun the illusion. Oh yeah,
5 seconds.
Yeah, 5 second cooldown. That's all fine, dandy. Stun goes out to Madara. That's going to be shot back at Exotic Deer. He blinks to dodge. How did Kinguin stop this? Disarmed, but going to be searched away. And they're going to indeed back out. Maybe pick up that regen rune for the Thug Necro. And then head back up top afterwards.
I don't even think he needs to get the regen.
Scanning.
Yeah, they can save it, actually, I guess, if they want.
He just needs to kill a couple of creeps and...
You don't want to lead with your silencer, what? Ooh, okay.
I mean, the rest of the team isn't here, so it's okay.
Yeah, I guess, like, that smoke out felt like they wanted to take the fight, and
That's true.
now they ended up losing the smoke. Stun on a Madara. They're going to go forward for this one now, and the Decrep is there as well. Vacuum Ball a little bit off the mark, but ended up catching on to 2 at the very least. Now the BKB. Already out from Nisha as well as Exotic Deer. The BKB is now down for 45 seconds, and they're trying to kill these guys off. As Exotic Deer, they don't have a way to do it. The Diffusal Blade is out as well. The Ice Blast not going to connect onto anybody of consequence. Only the Silencer for now. The Global does come out, but they've killed off the Sven. Immediate buyback, no God Strength. Can they take any of these heroes down? They've got him rooted for the moment. That's going to be the Lycan down, but the Ice Blast having already worn off. Can they find any more off the back of this Skylark? Vacuum Wall. Exotic Deer going to be kited. Going to be possibly killed off. Are they holding Kinguin? For the moment at least. Madara, though, is still looking for a way to stay on top of these heroes, but they're going to take down that ward, and the big thing is that the full lane of Rax is gone. So this is probably the end here with no buybacks, and maybe a chance for a kill here. It looks like it's going to not be for much. Lincoln's fierce, they can't Diffusal Blade him. Nisha's dead. Now Exotic Deer is going to die as well. BKB off cooldown, but far too much damage.
Perfect timing on that side. Dead for 160 seconds.
And that's going to do it. Mouse Sports take game number 1.
Radiant victory.
Well, that was I'm just going to call that one a warm-up game. I think there was quite a few mistakes coming out of both teams. Kind of very back and forth.
Yeah, it was weird. It felt like there was that moment that you were talking about where Kinguin had, like, won the game, basically, when they did that push for high ground in the top lane. It just felt like it should have been a slow victory where they, like, backed out after they took the tier 3 tower, farmed away, and then eventually, like, came back with, you know, a 9-second BKB still ready and went crazy. But, you know, Sven started using his BKB charges. They started taking odd fights. There was... It kind of devolved into madness. Yeah,
I mean, once Mouse Sports had answers for the Sven, his growth was just stunted. Like, look at his net worth, it's 17,000. It's on par with the Pugna and lower than the Nature's Prophet. I think if you look at the player net worth graph, he just stops moving. He flatlines at some point.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to wait and see what ends up happening in game number 2, but that one felt like they basically had got themselves into a position to win the game and sort of let it get away from them. Do you feel like this is going to be something that's like, is there any changes that you would make really for Kinguin's lineup or Mouse Sports's?
Well, I mean, it's not like you're going to play the same lineup, right?
Right, of course.
You just gotta change how you approach the game. I think like Kinguin probably just need to be a little more patient. Actually, in fact, I think both of these teams just kind of lack patience, I think. But it's really hard to say that because in Dota, you only have these little windows of opportunities. And since they're like the smallest windows ever. I think like if you play a lot of Dota, you'll start to realize like. I think Franz is the one who told me this. He put it in a really good way. He said that like in lower level games, like 3 to 4K pubs, everything seems so easy as a higher level player because people make so many mistakes. The windows of opportunity are so enormous because people just do not know what they're doing. And then in high level play, these windows are so small, it causes so many people to make mistakes because everyone's so experienced. Everyone's always constantly moving correctly or very ambiguously. So, I mean, this is probably why you see so many mistakes coming out of a lot of these games.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just you want to take advantage at the moment, and then that moment passes as you're in the middle of trying to take advantage of it, and then the moment passes, and suddenly you're in a different moment, and the other team's ahead. So, yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying there. And, well, we'll have to see what happens in game number 2 if both of these teams can hit that timing, and, if it's going to be, I mean, it's going to be a different draft no matter what. Madara, again, standout performance there, 17, 3, and 15. He had a couple of questionable diving decisions, but by and large, he did the work that they needed to. We'll be back in just a little bit with game number 2, Mouse Sports versus Kinguin, here in the PGL Minor qualifiers from the EU region. See you guys then.